This is Unit 2, Key Signatures of the Fundamentals of Piano Theory, Level 5. This is a pretty redundant section. They might introduce something new here. I don't really remember, to be quite honest, but I guess we'll figure it out as we go. I do know that when I first got the book, I just filled in all of the redundant sections, so some of this is already filled out. But just as a review of the circle of fifths, the outside of the circle is major, the inside of the circle is minor. Going to the right is our sharps, to the left is our flats, and down here is our enharmonic keys, so it's where our sharps and our flats meet. So C sharp, D flat, F sharp, G flat, and B and C flat. They look different, but they sound the same. Okie dokie. At the top, they give you a review of the order of sharps and the order of flats. So it's important that when we're writing them out, we always start with F when we're writing out our sharps for treble and bass clef. Or even if you're not writing in treble and bass clef, if you're a viola player and you're writing in alto clef, or maybe you're a bassoonist and you also play in tenor clef, you just need to make sure that it always starts with F and then goes to C. You just can't mix any of these up. They need to go in order. That's why it's called the order of sharps or the order of flats. So down here, they just make you practice. And this is the redundant part because we've done this in every book so far. Very redundant. So I already did it for you. First is F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, D sharp, A sharp, E sharp, B. This is another way of showing you that all of your sharp scales are always going to start with F sharp, so on and so forth. All of your flat scales are always going to start with B flat, so on and so forth. Okay, if you need to pause the video, pause the video. And I'm sorry, some of my handwriting is sloppy. My E, that is an E. This is an A. And this is a D. I'm trying out a new camera angle today so I can try and get the camera as close to the book as possible. So I might accidentally do this number a couple of times while I'm reaching for something. Okay. Writing our key signatures, we need to write the sharp and oh, they're just showing us how to write it. So here they're kind of giving you a little clue here. If you don't already have these memorized, they're saying if this is our key signature here, they're just saying that the key is one step higher than the last sharp. So here the last sharp is an A sharp. They're just saying go up one step. Oh, that key is B. So this is the key of B because it's one step higher than the last sharp in the key signature. If you can remember that and that works for you, that's awesome. If it doesn't work for you, that's fine. Just find something that works for you or just memorize them. Okay, so we need to write these out. We're in treble clefs. We need to make sure all the sharps go into the correct line or space. And they don't always have to be sharps. They could be flats too. Nope, all the flats are down here. Okay, so here's F sharp. B major has 5 sharps, so F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, D sharp, A sharp. E major has 4, F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, D sharp. F sharp major has 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And which one comes next? This just looks like a bunch of garbled sharps. It's funny to look back at the old composers and see how their handwriting was. I feel like our handwriting is so much better nowadays than it was back then. But I feel like really great composers, they just had so much going through their minds that they were just throwing stuff down on a piece of paper. They're like, I don't have time for this. And then C sharp major is all 7. G, D, A, E, and B. Wow. Okay, these two, or even B too, if you ever get them mixed up, it's okay. Just go back and look at them. You know, there's no shame in that. I mean, how often do you play in B major or C sharp major or F sharp major? So, not a big deal if you forget. Just don't always go back and reference it if you're unsure. It's better to make sure it's right than write it down wrong. Okay, so now your flat key signatures. B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, B flat, E flat. And the same thing with this. Make sure if it's a line flat, it has to have the line running through it. That doesn't look perfect. I could do that a lot better. There we go. That looks a lot better. If it's a space flat, it needs to be like in the space. Obviously, they're never going to be perfect because you're trying to go fast or you're trying to just, you know, handwriting's never perfect, but this is the general rule. I say that and now mine's gonna look mushy. B flat. Oh, I gotta keep the book straight. B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat. Oh, jeez. Oh, I'm having a brain fart here. What comes after G flat? You see, this happens sometimes. C flat? Yeah, it's C flat. I don't know why I said that. This is what happens. B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, C flat, B flat, and B flat, B flat, E flat. Okay. So here's your key signatures for this, and if I didn't say if you needed to pause it, there's that one for that too, if you need to pause that. Okay. I think I did this one already. They just want you to find your major and your minor. I don't know why I already did this one, but I didn't do the last page, because the last page you did in all the other books too, but that's okay. So they're telling you to find the minor key signature. This is just one way. This is not the only way to do this. You go down 3 half steps from your major key signature. So to find G major's minor key signature, or the relative minor from G major, you go down 1, 2, 3 half steps. So 1, 2, 3, and that's your minor. So F sharp, F, E, and that's your minor. You could do that, that's fine. Or you could go to the 6th scale degree. Go to the 6th scale degree, and that little caret top means 6th scale degree. So here's all of your, they have all these key signatures laid out for you. So I already did all of the answers for you, finding your major key signatures and your minor. This should already be pretty easy. If not easy, just kind of like maybe a few are a little tricky. Maybe just kind of finding the minors are just a little bit tricky. But we've also been going over the minors now for a little bit too. So, and you should probably be, if you're using this book and you're playing piano, you're probably already playing your majors and relative minors pretty frequently. So this book is just kind of really kind of smashing this knowledge into you, like, learn your key signatures. Okay, section 6. They give us little tiny excerpts here, and they want you to identify the key. It could be major or it could be minor, and we have keys that have sharps or flats or nothing. So they give you some hints here. They say, think of major or minor, and look at the lowest note in the last measure to determine if the music is major or minor. So that's kind of like our go-to. There's some other ways that you could determine it as well, but they're telling you for these examples, look at the lowest note in the last measure. It's not the only way to identify it, but for these examples, that's what we'll do. Okay, so this is a waltz by Schubert. I can tell here I have two flats in the key signature. So it's either going to be B flat major or it's going to be G minor. Those are my two options. Oh, look, I already wrote the answer here. Because the lowest note is a B flat. Okay. Second example, I have 3 sharp, so it's either going to be A major or it's going to be F sharp minor. So I have a C sharp, but that's not the first lowest note. Look at this F sharp here. That F sharp carries through there. Then I have an A, a C sharp, and an F sharp. An A, a C sharp, and an F sharp. This is an inverted triad. This F sharp needs to be on the bottom. I have an E sharp here that's raised to half step. So this is an F sharp minor. Or this is in the key of F sharp minor. So this is a raised to 7th scale degree. That's kind of like a dead giveaway there. I know they said to only look at the last measure, the lowest note of the last measure, but this is also kind of like a little giveaway there. Okay, next example, you have 2 sharps. It's either going to be D major or B minor. The lowest note in this last example is this D here. Yeah, you have a D. I don't see any raised 7th scale degrees either, so this is just D major. You know, and I'm looking at this, and I don't know how to pronounce this guy's name. Is it Rybakov? Rybakov? I'm not sure. You have Schubert, and I'm assuming his name is Rybakov. I don't know. And then Tchaikovsky and Beethoven. That's what I was thinking about there. I was trying to pronounce it in my head. Rybakov, not sure. I'm going to have to look it up after this because now I'm curious. Okay, last one. Beethoven. It's Furlies. I have nothing in the key signature, so it's either going to be C major or A minor. Well, I can already tell right here. Look, there's G sharp right there, but my lowest note is an A. And look at this A broken chord there. This just screams A minor. Plus, I don't know how many times I've played this piece and I have taught this piece. My goodness. I don't know how many times the world has listened to this piece. Okay, so we have B flat major, F sharp minor, D major, and A minor. Next section, they want you to write out the circle of fifths here. Okay. They give you C major and C minor. The next, oh my goodness, you have to write in your circle of fifths too? How long is this video so far? 13 minutes? Okay, this is the last one you have to do. I'm just going to say, if you do not know how to write out your circle of fifths, you can always check it in the previous page right here. The very first page, page 6 of Unit 2. So I'll show you what I mean. They gave you C major and A minor. So let's look at G major and E minor, and they give you 1 sharp here. G major, E minor, and you have 1 sharp. Next is going to be 2 sharps. You have F sharp major and C sharp major, and that's D major, and its relative minor is B. Let's check it. Yep, 2 sharps, D major and B minor. So you're going to go around the circle of fifths. I'll do a couple more with you, but it's going to look exactly like this. If it doesn't look like this, something is wrong. Okay, this is going to be the flat side. We're going to have one flat in the key signature, and it's going to be B flat. It's going to be F major, and F major's relative minor is D as in dog. This is going to have two flats in it. It's going to be B flat major and E flat major. The key is B flat, and the minor is going to be G. Oh, let's do one more over here on the sharp side. F sharp, C sharp, and G sharp. You're going to have to start to write these flats and sharps really tiny because they did not give you a lot of staff to write these on. Now they gave you two staves here. 1, 2. This is for 1. And this is for 1. This is for 1. One of these is going to be for sharps, and one of these is going to be for flats. Just a heads up there. A major and a sharp minor. Okay, so just keep doing that circle of fifths. Remember, if it does not look exactly like this, something is wrong. So here, this is the final product. Ta-da! And that is the end of Unit 2.